Alright, so I finally managed to get it in here. Alright, so I'm going to hold this with a plier so you guys can see it a little bit better. Alright, so can you see that there are 3 rings that right through this one, right? So we just put 3 in there. Now you're going to want to do the same thing on this side with the first 3 rings on this side. So this is a little bit easier. Alright, so can you see that I've stuck it through these 3 rings here? Alright, it's a little bit hard to see, I know, but basically you just want 3 from this side, 3 from that side. And it's also important that you're going to go in the direction of the middle rings on both of these lines, right? So you see the middle rings on both of these lines are kind of slanting towards me, towards this way, like that and like that. So for here, you're going to also want to place it so that after you close it, it's going to look exactly like those two. So it's going to slant this way. Alright. I don't think you can actually get it wrong, but I guess you could be creative and get it wrong. So what I did was I went down through these 3, and then up through these 3. Right. So now what we end up with is an open ring here with 6 through it. So what you're going to do is you're just going to close this one, making sure that it matches up, and there you go. So that's basically it. So now they're officially attached, and you've got one attachment, right? So basically, I tend to like to go this way with the 2 lines facing me, but it doesn't really matter, however you want to go. You're just going to repeat basically everything that you just did. Now it gets a little bit trickier because now you don't really have the advantage of them being separate, and you got to stick it underneath and all that. So you just be patient. It's an acquired skill, but it's the same thing. You're just going to want 3 rings from this side and 3 rings from this side, right? So you're going to move basically one section of 3 down. So the first time we used the first 3, so now we're going to use starting with the second ring and then 3 in. So starting with the second ring and ending with the 4th ring. Alright, I mean, I'm making it sound really complex, but if you're going to do this yourself, it'll be a lot easier. Alright, so basically you're going to do the same thing. You're just going to stick one end through 3 of the rings, go around underneath, and come back up through another 3. And then you're going to grab it with your pliers, and you're going to close it. Make sure that they're nice and tight. And now you have 2. Right? So that's basically it. You can see how it's starting to make the pattern. You're just going to keep going all the way along here, and eventually what you're going to end up with is something like this. So you can see how we have, let's switch that around, it's a little bit easier for you to see. You can see how we have this line and then this line, which were our original 2 separate pieces, and I just went and weaved all the way down the middle, and so you get a nice band like this. Alright, and you know, even you can also take another one and put it on the side and also weave, and you get a nice band of kind of 3 rows and things. But it's really up to you at this point, but that's basically how you're going to attach multiple lines together.
Alright, so as shown, we now have a 2 strip long strip now attached. Now you can from here either attach single strips to it to make it wider, or duplicate it and double up. Now, if you're making a belt or a bracelet or something, you probably want to stop here or sometime beforehand. But if you're like us and are making a chainmail shirt, then you'll want to continue making it wider and longer until you get something like this. Now, this is a nice sheet of chainmail. Keep in mind it's not close to what we need to actually make a full shirt, but it's starting to get there. Also doubles as a very nice anti-thermal blanket. It will dissipate your body heat into the wilderness in less than 2 minutes. Alright, so lastly, we're going to talk about our supplier for the metal. It's a website called theringlord.com. They sell pretty much everything you can think about relating to chainmail, such as coils of wires, uncut. We actually bought a box of 3 spools of the 16 gauge bright aluminum, but they have different metals such as brass, bronze, steel, copper. They have colored wire as well for people who want to have special colors. They're usually anodized aluminum or enamel painted. They also sell ready-made things like jewelry and other things. They even have silver, which is going to be expensive. They also sell full-blown pre-made metal chainmail shirts, but they're going to be pretty expensive, and we didn't really look at it because we knew it wasn't in our price range.
Yeah, if you're gonna want one of those things, they look really professional. All of their rings are cut professionally with a like a circular saw instead of like wire cutters. It gives the rings like a tighter cut, but you're gonna be looking at $500, $400, $500, something like that. It's not cheap.
Yeah, and remember, part of the fun is making it yourself.
Right. Then you can say I made it myself instead of I bought it on the internet.
Alright, so that's pretty much it for the video.
We're just gonna we'll put the website down here, and then that's basically it. If you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to send this YouTube account some messages, and we may or may not get back to you. We probably will.
Yeah.
Take care. Take the first 3 rings. Alright, so just do that first. That's a little bit hard here, but oh crap. Okay, you want to start over? Because no, that's not how this works.
It is now.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes, it is.
No.
Okay. We cut all that, by the way.
Sure.